Morning. Welcome back to Duke's Greenwood and Gold. Cheers, my friend. Hope your cup is full and hot and your pans are full and shiny. Alright. If you happen to see the video I put up a couple of days ago, I had some packages that were just destroyed by the post office, and I'm not even going to begin to get into it because it took 3 days to get that crap out of my head. Basically, go watch that video, but the post office severely damaged 3 out of 9 packages that I got, and one of the packages that I got was from Kenai Gold, which is the point of this video. On Saturday my package from Kenai Gold showed up, and it was just terribly destroyed. I spent 2.5 hours calling the post office on the phone, and no voicemail. It would just ring for a minute and 28 seconds and automatically hang up on you. Anyway, so I sent a message on Facebook to Kenai just letting them know what happened. The problem was with the post office, not Kenai Gold, and I'll point that out over and over and over again. The issue was the post office. Kenai was not responsible for the damage that happened. Anyways, all I did was just send a private message because at this point I was out of my head. I wasn't thinking straight. I suffer from several disabilities, and I was gone. I needed to crawl into a dark hole for 3 days just to get that out of my head. But anyways, all I was doing was letting them know that what happened. He asked me if I had any pictures, and it turned out, of course, I had the videos that I shot, and I had taken pictures right when it happened, as this was the 3rd bag that showed up out of 9, 1/3 of my packages. I was ready to document when it happened. After I photographed everything, I turned on the camera, shot a video of everything, so there, I hadn't even opened it, I hadn't touched it. All I did was bring it in, set it down. No, go and chase the mailman down for 30 minutes till I could find him, and he would wrote down that it was damaged when it arrived because nothing was marked. But here or there, out of my head, get. Anyways, went to sleep early, took some of my medication that just puts me out, and just called it a day very early. Woke up the next morning and I had a response. He looked at my video, he said, "Oh my God, it's terrible." And this was Sunday morning now, and we're, just, the response was incredible. This is the weekend. This was not Kenai's fault. Over the weekend, and he's still responding to personal messages. It has helped me. His reaction and response has helped me repair the damage that the post office did. And I say this a lot, but as a disabled veteran, when you help somebody, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Little things that you might think is just normal, which apparently you do feel is normal, the way you responded to me, is just, it helps so much. Obviously, good quality people. Thank you so much, my friend. Anyways, so I told him that I had, he asked if anything was missing from the package, and I told him that I did not know. I had not opened the package, I had not touched it other than taking pictures. I was waiting to take it back to the post office, hopefully on Saturday, but since nobody answered the phone until they closed, and then still nobody answered, but then they were closed. So I had to wait through Sunday and Monday morning. Monday morning I went to the post office, talked to the postmaster, or whatever, the office branch supervisor, and opened it right in front of him. Turned out I was missing one of the items that was in there, and we went over everything, and the post office was just, all they did was take it back to the carrier and say, "Hey, look, there was damage," and then turned around and brought it back and said, "Okay, I made them aware there was damage to it." I said, "Well, what does that help me?" I said, "My complaint was the boxes showed up at my house with damage, but they were never marked damaged." I said, "I can't complain to the company and have them file a claim when everything on your side shows that it showed up in perfect condition." And after a little bit of back and forth, they basically blamed Kenai for it. They basically said, well, they should have considered it. It was terrible. It was just horrible interaction. So I came back, I let them know that that was missing, and I made it extraordinarily clear I do not hold Kenai responsible for any of this. This was not their fault. Have I mentioned that yet? Not their fault. Anyways, I basically got home, sent him the message to let him know what was going on, sent him my phone number as well so he could just contact me as opposed to bouncing messages back and forth. But anyways, closed my eyes, tried to get things out of my head for a little while. Next thing I know, I get back on the computer and wham, he's already told me, hey, look, I'm going to make this right. I've talked to the post office. I've, done what he has done on his side. And even though it was absolutely no fault of his and he was under no obligation to do so, he is going to make things right. He is correcting the post office's mistake. And the point of it is that's, how can you argue over that kind of customer service? How can you argue over this is my first order from them, it's under $100. It was $70 and I took advantage of a bunch of sales at the time. He made nothing off of me, a couple of bucks. And he treated me like I was the best customer that their company ever had, and I ordered $1,000 worth of gold every week. The quality of their service, the way they took care of me, the way the owners of the company personally took care of me, it is shockingly wonderful. And I just had to put this out before we dug into the packages and saw whatever we get in here, and cross our fingers for all the good stuff and get all the bad things out of our head. I just had to, one more time, thank you. Your personal attention made a significant difference to me personally and in my life. You helped a lot. Thank you so much. I don't have a following to the channel now, but hopefully there'll be enough people someday that I can point enough people at your website. And thank you very much. I'm just going to babble on if I don't cut it off here, so I'm just going to thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and my gosh, thank you so much, my friend. Cheers.